When the first consumer VR headsets were released, there were essentially two sides of the market, the Oculus crowd and the Vive crowd. These two were essentially fighting to be the best headset, with, in my opinion, Oculus ultimately winning with better controllers and a more affordable price. But even though Oculus kinda had that shit down, they did have one trick up their sleeve as a sort of backup to try and be the better headset in case they didn't naturally win. These were a list of fully funded, relatively big VR games that were exclusive to the Oculus store. And as such, were also exclusive to the Oculus Rift. We're on PC, obviously people just made tools to get around that, but conceptually they were exclusive to the Oculus Rift. These games often go insanely overlooked, which is strange considering the lack of big VR games as is, but today we're gonna go through what I'd consider to be the major ones and decide for ourselves if they deserve to be casted to the side, or if these games deserve a second chance and your wallet. Starting off with what most PC VR players experienced when booting up their Rift or Rift S for the first time, and that's Oculus First Contact. This is gonna seem kind of weird, but I am #1 Oculus First Contact superfan. I know. What the fuck can possibly be so good about a Wall-E ripoff tutorial? But hear me out at least. Shit, you're actually waiting for me to explain it. It's 110% nostalgia and first impression bias. If this wasn't one of your first VR experiences, there's essentially no reason to play it today, and hell, I doubt you'd even find it enjoyable at all now due to how basic it is. But to review it as a regular VR game is not fair at all, because it was never trying to be one. The point is that this is supposed to be a VR player's first experience with the hardware, and for that, this shit is absolutely stellar. It does a really good job at teaching you basic VR grabbing and interaction mechanics, all while being engaging in a super cute and fun way. Waving at this little Wall-E robot fuck is so awesome, and they even have a heartbreaking moment where they kill him. Ah! It's an incredible first VR experience, and I actually still believe it to be the best one. I didn't really like the one that came with the Quest 1 and 2, the Steam VR one is straight up bad, and the Quest 3 doesn't even have one, which is really disappointing by the way. This one actually did get a port on the Quest store as Oculus First Contact with some visual downgrades, but even there it's still pretty good. Overall, this experience is a 10 out of 10 for a VR tutorial. If you're to introduce somebody new to VR with any experience, this should probably be the one. Unless you fucking hate them, then throw them in Boneworks and they'll throw up and you can laugh at them. Alright, enough tutorial talk. Let's talk about an actual video game. Robo Recall, my beloved. This game was, funnily enough, an Epic Games title. It never got the love or attention it deserved though, so we can go ahead and add it to the pile. This game is an arcade shooter that's all about killing robots in creative ways. You can come up to them and rip their limbs off, use those limbs as weapons, mag dump one, then just throw your guns away and grab new ones all without reloading. This game is a fair length, it's pretty fun. Overall, it's just a great title, but there is one catch. The only movement option is teleporting. Okay, wait! I know you little fucking Bone Lab fiends cannot stand to hear that, but wait one goddamn second, okay? The teleporting is used as an actual gameplay mechanic, and it's one of the rare instances where it truly does add to the experience. But if you're enough of a pussy, there's also just a mod that adds regular locomotion. But just play the game normally, man. Come on, it's good! 8 out of 10, pretty good game, holds up fantastically, especially considering it was a 2017 release. You'd be hard pressed to tell just by playing it, except for the fact that it uses Unreal Engine and doesn't run like shit. Alright, elephant in the room, Lone Echo 1 and 2. I'm sure you've heard endless amounts of cock munching surrounding this game, and I'm here to tell you everyone who talks about it is wrong! I know, shocking, right? That would be because I'm lying. These games are great, yada yada yada, we get it! I really liked Lone Echo 1. It was super atmospheric. The story was really good. Blah, blah, blah. I haven't beaten Lone Echo 2 yet. I'm so sorry. But I'm getting there. Just give me like 2 years to finish the Doom the Dark Ages DLC first. I'm busy, bitches. I'll play it later. Great games, but I'm going to say 8 out of 10 personally. I just like being a little contrarian. They're okay. More than okay, but like okay. Marvel Powers United got shut down and I never got to play it. Let's talk about the first Asgard's Wrath. I've mentioned this in a couple videos, but fuck do I hate the Asgard's Wrath games. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. In fact, I think they're objectively great games if you like that sort of game. But the style of game they are, I just cannot stand personally. I can't give these games a fair rating, but the first game does run like shit, so I have a justified reason to say something negative about this game, which is the only reason I'm bringing that up at all. Fuck you. I'm gonna just spin this wheel. Let's see here. Woo! Alright, piece of shit, it's a 7 out of 10. Do you like the Spider-Man or Ratchet & Clank games? Do you know the developers, Insomniac Games, the PlayStation studio? They made a VR game and it's really good. Stormland is a game all about killing robots in creative ways. Not that one. And it looks so Xbox One, if that makes any sense. Like, look at this. This game screams Xbox One to me for some reason. I don't know if that's just me. This game features a full campaign. It's a proper AAA title. Has a somewhat interesting story. It's really fun and has super polished gameplay. It's excellently adapted for VR. You can fly through the air with the way to control it being by moving your arms like you're Superman LARPing. Same goes for gliding on clouds. It's super, super cool. Genuinely, this game is excellent. No one fucking played it. No one even mentions it. And like, I get it. It was an Oculus Rift Store exclusive that came out around a similar time as the Oculus Quest 1. It was kind of doomed from the start, but fuck. This game is genuinely really cool. It was also released around the same time that Oculus started buying studios. Then Sony shortly after bought out Insomniac Games, which meant the possibility for a sequel became pretty much impossible. But I also think the reason Sony bought Insomniac Games at this time was genuinely because they feared that Oculus were going to beat them to it. I do highly recommend giving this game a shot if you're looking for a beefy VR game to sink your teeth into, and if you like the Spider-Man games, because you can tell it was made by the same studio. Oh, also, it has multiplayer. The whole campaign works in multiplayer, or at least it did years ago. No idea if the servers work for this game today, since I couldn't convince Swipes to play it with me. That fucker! 9 out of 10, but actually 8 out of 10 because it kind of runs like shit. Damn you, Unreal Engine. Arctica 1 looks like After the Fall before After the Fall, and I actually really want to play it. I actually really want to pirate it. Kidding. This game looks cool. I've heard good things, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. You'll know when I have, because the B-roll of it will probably be in a future video, and because I use the same B-roll in every video like a little lazy chud, you'll see it 1,000 times and go from there. So, Oculus Rift Store exclusives. Are they worth looking at in the big 2026 or later, depending on when you're watching this? Well, absolutely, actually. Robo Recall is a great time, Lone Echo is mentally devastating, but like in a good way, and Stormland is really, really good, and like Spider-Man, I like Spider-Man. Everything else is just okay, really, but the good shit is like really good and worth taking a look at. These games, unfortunately, did all have one major flaw, and that was being tied to the Oculus Store. I think these games could have lived on in the hearts of many more had they been accessible to many more. Just look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Never mind, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Regardless, these games are genuinely really, really excellent VR games. And with tools like Revive, you can play them on any PC VR headset you want. It's a little bit of setup, but seriously, these are actually some of the best VR games ever made, and it's a crime they don't get the love they deserve. If you have any interest at all in them, I implore you to give them a shot, starting with Robo Recall probably, or Lone Echo. Or, better idea, how about instead of me deciding, you just pick the one you actually want to fucking play? Why am I telling you what to do? But do it though. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one where I talk about why the Google Cardboard was awesome. It's a great video that flopped about as hard as I worked on it. Fuck. You can also get 10% off the entire Quest store using the link in the description. It's the best way to support the channel directly by helping me earn money, while you get a discount on games you want to buy anyway. Also, feel free to join the Discord in the description and leave any fan art you want featured at the end of videos like the ones you're seeing now. With all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time, fat bitches. Lops and kisses!